What's going on, you guys? Steve V here with another video. Hope everybody's doing well out there. So in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about my last spot that I have for an Arcade1Up cabinet. I wanted to talk to you guys about my plans of what I might put in that spot. And I'm also going to talk to you guys about if I'll ever pick up another Arcade1Up cabinet again. I'll let you guys know right after this. So welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well out there. So yeah, we're going to talk about my last spot that I have available for an Arcade1Up cabinet. Now, I told myself I would be finished at 12, and I actually have 12 cabinets right now, but I do have one up for sale. So technically the spot isn't available yet, but I do have a cabinet for sale. It's my Frogger cabinet. Now, as you guys know, I was a big fan of that cabinet, even with its flaws. I know it didn't have the right song. I know I had that Vaseline filter, and I know it also didn't have the proper artwork on the cabinet. Now, even with those three things against it, it was still a great cabinet. I love Frogger, but now I have a 16-in-1 cocktail table that has the proper ROM with the proper song. Also, it doesn't have the Vaseline filter, so that is where I've been playing Frogger lately. So the actual Arcade1Up cabinet has not been getting as much play as it used to. There was a time where it was my second most played cabinet, but now with that 16-in-1 cocktail table, it has Frogger. It also has Time Pilot on it. The only game that's on the Arcade1Up cabinet that's not on my 16-in-1 is Time Pilot 84, and even though I do like that game, I don't like it enough to allow that cabinet to take a space that could go to something else. So I have it up for sale right now, $400 Canadian, which in my mind is a pretty good price. A lot of people on the secondary market, when they sell Arcade1Up cabinets, you know, they ask 500, 550, 600, 650. So I feel like 400 is pretty fair for Frogger. I know Frogger's not really a sought out for cabinet, but it is a nice cabinet. I got a nice kick plate on it to really bring the look together. So I'm hoping to get 400 for it. And then after that, I will finally have an open spot to bring in one more cabinet. Now, the reason I say it's my last spot available is because there's nothing else I'm willing to part with. Basically, the cabinets I have down here are the cabinets I want to stay. So I basically have what I want. And, you know, even to a certain point, I wasn't sure if I wanted to part with Frogger. But again, if I'm not playing Frogger on the Frogger cabinet, why do I need to keep it? So I am going to part with Frogger and bring one more thing in. And then from there, I think I'm good unless they come out with a Donkey Kong cabinet, which obviously that's a pipe dream, but anything's possible. And I am willing to upgrade my Golden Tee for another 3/4 scale Golden Tee if they ever make one down the line. I'm very tempted to get the XL cabinet. I was against it at first because of the whole screen situation, but after trying a demo unit at the Brick, it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it's just too big of a cabinet. The XL cabinet does not really work for my space, so I'm kind of hoping that there'll be a 3/4 scale option down the line. If not, I am happy with this one to this point. So that brings me to the whole situation of when Frogger sells. What am I going to put in this space? Now, I put a community post out on my YouTube channel where I asked people, should I bring in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, NFL Blitz, or wait it out for something else? Now, it was a pretty neck and neck poll. NFL Blitz ended up taking the lead with, I don't remember the exact amount, it was like 43 or 44% of the vote. As of today, I believe Marvel vs. Capcom's at 38, so very, very close. And then there was a lot of people at first that kind of voted for me kind of waiting it out for something else, but since then, the percentage has kind of gone down. To be honest with you, I'm still kind of up in the air as far as what I want to bring in. Like I said, Donkey Kong would be the one that I would actually want, but that's not going to happen anytime soon because Donkey Kong has not been announced, and there's really no sign that they're going to do anything with Nintendo anytime soon. So I don't really want to wait it out for that. Again, I have Donkey Kong on my 60-in-1 with Donkey Kong Jr. and Donkey Kong 3. So I'm set. I got those Donkey Kong games down here. So my options in my mind are either Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like I put in the post, and NFL Blitz. But NFL Blitz is a tricky one because it's a 4-player cabinet, and that would be really tight for down here. But I am kind of interested in it, so I wanted to put it out there. And then my third option is actually something that's a little left field. It's bringing back NBA Jam into the mix. Not the Shaq edition. The Brick still has the regular edition, and it's been something that's kind of interested me as far as maybe bringing back in here. I do have the 2-player countercade, but I just find I'm not playing these countercades as much as I thought, but I keep on bringing them in. I don't know why I keep on doing that. I would be willing to part with the 2-player countercade if I can bring the 3/4 scale back, but again, that's a 4-player as well. So those are kind of my options. It's between those three. Do I want to bring NBA Jam back? Because I do feel like I would get quite a bit of play as far as me and my friends go, because I do feel like if it was down here, I do feel me and my friends would play it, and my family as well. And then that would require me selling my 2-player countercade. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is probably the most enticing, mainly because it's not a 4-player, and it would fit down here perfectly fine. I would have the spot. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a game that we've all been wanting. The only problem with that one is I did have the Marvel vs. Capcom 1, and I didn't play that cab as much as I thought I would. So I ended up selling it for the X-Men cabinet. So bringing that one back, I would get a lot of those games that I initially didn't really play. But with Marvel vs. Capcom 2 being on it, you know, that makes that cabinet a little more enticing to me. I do enjoy that game. And also, it has the combination of what was on the X-Men vs. Street Fighter cabinet 2 to kind of make it somewhat of a Marvel Legacy cab. And that was something I was kind of waiting for. So that one seems pretty enticing. And then, obviously, NFL Blitz, like I said. Again, you know, it sucks that they've changed things. You know, it's the same situation with Frogger, right? Like, they've kind of watered down that game to basically, you know, present it to us the way they could. With Frogger, they had no choice but to make those changes. With NFL Blitz, same thing. They had to make those changes because the NFL would not put out that game if it had the late hits. And the custom artwork kind of threw me off as far as the side art's concerned. But again, it's not truly NFL Blitz. It is a newer game. NFL Blitz Legends, as they call it. So it makes sense to have a different kind of artwork. And I do feel like that would get a lot of play down here if I had it. So what's enticing me more about that game is not so much nostalgia, because obviously I'm not getting the game that I remember. It's more the replay value and the fact that when I'm down here and my friends are down here and my family's down here, I do feel like they would play that cabinet. So it's actually between those three. Obviously 4 if you do count Donkey Kong, but that's not going to happen. So it's between those 3 cabinets. NFL Blitz, NBA Jam, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So I'm really trying to figure out what would be the best fit for my Mancave Arcade. And then that would, unfortunately, be my last cabinet. You know, when you have everything you want, I know I could keep on chasing and I could keep on upgrading because that's what I did within the first few years. I've upgraded a lot of my cabinets like 3 times. You know, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. These are all cabinets that were updated 3 times. So at some point you kind of just have to say, you know what? I got the game. Why do I need to, like, I know having a better looking cabinet is enticing, but at the end of the day, when people come down here and play, and when I'm playing, of course the cabinet does catch my attention, but it's like, is it really going to make that much of a difference when I'm, you know, just playing, looking at that screen? It's about the game that I'm playing. So that's where I've decided that I'm going to stick it out. Like I said, Golden Tee, I would update if they made another 3/4 scale version. But other than that, I think I'm pretty much set. So it's just about filling that last spot. and it's between those three cabinets. So I really have to think this through. Feel free to put in the comments what you guys think I should get. I'm really kind of, every day it's different, right? One day I'm like, it's got to be Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Then I have a day where I'm like, you know what, NFL Blitz is more enticing. And then there's other days where I'm like, you know what, that NBA Jam, I really think that would be awesome to have that back in my Mancave Arcade and get rid of that countercade. I really don't know yet, but it's between those three to fill that last spot. But obviously I have to sell Frogger first, and then from there I think I'm pretty much set unless they make Donkey Kong. That would be the one cabinet that would entice me. Also, if they ever, for whatever reason, made like a Konami Legacy that had all the beat 'em ups on it, that would entice me too, because that would mean I can consolidate. But I know the chances of that are pretty slim as well. So for the most part, I think I will be pretty much done, other than that one spot once Frogger sells. It's just a matter of picking between those three which would be the best fit for my Mancave Arcade. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one, and I'll keep you guys in the loop, and hopefully at some point once Frogger sells, we'll finally get the answer, because I say will because I don't even know the answer yet. We'll finally get the answer on what that last cabinet will be in this Mancave Arcade. Take care, you guys.